And we're live.
Have you seen the subreddit, the Herman Cain Award?
I've heard of it. What's the theme?
So the Herman Cain Award is all about like people who refused to like talk shit about masks, vaccinations, any sort of like correct medication, and then they died of COVID-19. That is the Herman Cain Award that they are presented with, and it's and that subreddit is filled with like the Facebook feeds of Karens who were like, nobody's gonna muzzle me. I'm a Texan. Blah blah blah.
Your thoughts and prayers.
And then the next one will be this like that's right. It ain't even that big of a deal. I hear it's like a cold. And then like later on, it's like, guys, every breath I take is the hardest breath I've ever taken. I need my prayer warriors right now. I need a bunch of prayer warriors. And I'm like,
to pray,
bitch, I hope you die. And then the next
Didn't they have a prayer button?
Oh
yeah, they had a prayer button.
That was
easy. Yeah, press F for thoughts and prayers, boys.
Oh my god!
And then the next post is like, "Mammy passed away last night due to complications from COVID-19."
You hate to see it, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm just like, slow clap.
You do.
Slow clap. Let's go. I wonder if she had any fucking horse dewormer in the mix.
Maybe Joe Rogan got
COVID.
So yeah, he took his horse dewormer. He's fine.
You know what's interesting is my buddy.
I don't think he took the horse dewormer.
I'm positive he took it. This is a thing.
He said it on his Instagram.
Yeah, but he didn't say it was the horse version. There's a human version of that.
The only difference is the dose.
Well, yeah, and that's a big difference because if you take the horse dose, what people are doing is taking the horse dose of it, and it literally ruins your intestinal tract.
Which is
so.
Hilarious.
My buddy hit me up and he's like, "Hey, I have an extra ticket to Joe Rogan. Do you want to go?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" He on his Instagram story today, he said that Sunday was like he just fell off the rails and like that's when it was at its worst. I was sitting like 8 rows from him on Saturday.
Good luck.
Orlando. He had an Orlando show. But
what shot you got? Better not be J&J.
Pfizer, bro.
Yeah,
Pfizer
you're fine.
Day.
Don't worry
Pfizer
about
gang.
it. I bathed in the sweat of 85,000 sweaty Californian ravers. I'm good. You know.
Your Pfizer also, Jericho?
Yeah.
I think Kyle is also. I'm the only Moderna guy here.
Sorry, you guys are.
Moderna with the O or the A? Moderna?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so good.
Someone had that fake vaccine card.
Oh man,
that perfectly exemplifies the kind of people that you're dealing with.
Yeah,
they can't even spell the fucking vaccine correctly. Like, it's they deserve it. They deserve it. This is literally evolution at work. This is what evolution is all about.
We have too many people already anyway.
There's too many people. Like, it's like that episode of The Office, right? Where like Dwight is like, we need a new plague.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Is COVID the answer to global warming? I feel like in a sense it might be.
I hope
it's not doing enough damage. I mean, it is crazy to me because you're right.
To mutate. We're just warming up.
We're on COVID
Lando,
right?
Yeah,
start a plague.
The Delta variant? That's only
I'm trying to get Zeta.
I'm counting this, right? Yeah, there's got to be some.
They need
Epsilon,
the Uber variant,
Gamma variant.
The Delta Sigma variant's gonna be tough.
Yeah, so I have no idea that. I thought we beat it. I thought that remember when we all couldn't get vaccines soon enough, and there was this line you had to go to the red areas of your state and reserve an appointment. I thought at that point, in 6 weeks, we'll all have the vaccine and this thing will be behind us. One, we didn't all get the vaccine. It turned out demand fell off a cliff once all the Democrats got vaccinated. And two, the vaccine didn't do everything it was supposed to. And now Israel has all these cases because they're like 6 months out from their vaccine date and its effectiveness is
Give me a booster. The second they let me schedule it, I'm fucking sprinting there. And you know what? If you want to give me 2, I'm happy with it.
Here's the question.
Give me a little extra to take home.
What do you want as your booster? Would you get Pfizer again, or do you want to cross-pollinate?
Whichever one shows better efficacy. Because I know, sorry, I was eating. Well, because Pfizer was 30 whatever dosage milligrams, and then Moderna was 100. And apparently the longer you wait between your initial shot and your second shot, which activates it, that helps the efficacy. Pfizer was 3 weeks, Moderna was 4. So
but now some people are waiting like 8 or 10. But when we took it, when the first group took it, it was like, you should have it within 3. And it's like,
yeah. So
I just feel like it's just a bunch of, I believe in it, but I don't know.
It's hard when they're learning along the way.
It's frustrating.
When they're learning along the way and it turns out they got things wrong, suddenly
which is fine, but just be upfront, be honest.
I wish I had a couple vials of it. I would give myself a booster every 5 weeks. Like
I'm with
just
you
right
on
in the
that.
ass.
Yeah, I'm.
Did
with
you have any
on that.
vaccine side effects? So I'll go first.
None.
I got super drowsy on the drive home, like almost dangerously drowsy. I had minor soreness in my arm, and that's about it. Did you guys have any like real sickness or bigger issues than that?
No. No soreness even.
Nothing.
Like
First shot for me, I had soreness. Second shot, I got like small chills, nothing too crazy. I mean,
I think I had
the onset fever, but nothing.
I think I had a sore throat, but I literally think that it had nothing to do with the shot. I think it was literally just like I slept that night and like had my mouth open or something and gave myself a sore throat, like just sleeping funny. No side effects whatsoever. I was so pumped to get it. I remember sending you and Taylor like a picture of like, fuck yeah, I got my little sticker. I'm saving this fucking sticker. My card's in my car. Like it's one of my most prized possessions. It's like I'm so happy that I got that thing. And I know so many people who are just like, nah, I don't believe in all that stuff.
It's so wild. I'm going
on this trip, right, to Colorado. I'm going on this trip, and I was like, hey, everybody's vaccinated in the house, right? And like one guy is like, not. He's like, no way, bro. They're not giving me that experimental stuff. And he's sending me lots of reports of like this, and you know the reports. And I'm just like, well, I guess if I'm vaccinated, I don't give a fuck if you are. Like, I guess I don't care.
Yeah, it's what it's supposed to be like, but apparently it might not be.
Well,
I have a buddy who got double Pfizer the same day as me, and he got the Delta variant, and it destroyed him. He's 35 years old, in pretty good shape, but it knocked him on his ass. And he was like,
you're checking a lot of boxes over here.
No idea that it was this serious. And
my friend had the same thing, was double Pfizered and got it. And they were like 3 days. It was like the bad flu, what I thought COVID was initially. So I'm like, if that was that bad, I don't know what it would be like without the shot, but it definitely made me be a little bit more careful.
So my
I was
question,
really just dick out gallivanting around.
For both of you, did they have any like a bad flu sucks, and you almost forget how bad it is until you suffer one again. But the real issue with COVID that bugs me is the long-term effects. Like I can suffer through a bad flu, but I don't want erectile dysfunction. I can't have any more brain fog. I've maxed out on that.
Me too. I smoke enough weed. There's not enough left.
I gotta reset the counter like an odometer. Any long-term effects? My close friend
got COVID unvaccinated, got a precursor. Unvaccinated, got it in, I want to say February of 2020, and did not regain he's 29 years old, fit, did not get his taste back for 4 months. And he remembers the day it happened too, because he texted me. He was like, I tasted onion rings, and I was like, sick, because I had forgotten at that point. He's like, no, you don't understand. There was a hint of onion in my onion ring. It's coming back, baby.
Oh, that's so sad.
I mean, like, out of all the things you could possibly, when you did those, like, would you rathers as a kid, and it was like, would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to hear, right?
Right.
That was a thing he went through. Like, he couldn't taste.
It's almost
maybe if I lost my
no,
taste.
it's
almost
not.
a blessing.
You're psycho. You're literally a psychopath.
Me too.
His words, every food became a chore to eat. There was never a time where I was excited to eat or consume.
That's what I want, dude.
Actually delusional.
Both of you have no trouble staying thin. Every fucking meal is a test.
He lost a lot of weight because
Fuck it, I'm sold.
Just eat spinach and water.
I'm not getting vaccinated.
Woody's like, hey, I'm going.
Fuck it. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna collect every variant.
I'm tracking all my calories. I'm drinking my fucking.
That's just that's a you problem,
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be a me problem if I couldn't taste.
You're like the people. This is the modern day version of, you remember when you were graduated college, but Trevor and I were in middle school. That people would say, like, this meme about like, oh, I'm gonna eat a tapeworm and keep myself skinny. Like, that was like a meme, right? But I'm sure people actually did that. This is the COVID variant version.
You might have one. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know unless you're eating a lot.
There you go, Woody.
Get a tapeworm. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Maybe take some horse dewormer. You never really know.
Actually, no, that would counteract the effect.
But the horse dewormer would be when you're done with the tapeworm.
Right.
I can't believe that somebody would spend $35 on a fake COVID vaccine instead of getting a free vaccine for free. Or I also can't understand the people that would take like horse dewormer in any dosage, which is right, but like be like, I don't know about the scientific status that went through 10 million participants. Like, I just don't know about it.
That's what gets me too. The guys who say like, oh, so many doctors are saying this. It's like, oh, stop it. What you're doing is you're just picking doctors that agree with you or what you want to hear and assigning them to be your authorities, the leading doctors, the mainstream.
They called the one doctor from every toothpaste commercial where it's like 9 out of 10 doctors recommend this. They're like, hey,
that one guy.
Dr. John, what's up? And he's like, I don't recommend anything, brother. They just put me in there.
Yeah. So like, I'm not taking this vaccine. I don't know what's in it. As if you know what's in half of what you eat. Did you eat Tostitos today? What's in that bullshit? I don't know. Hot dogs. Look at that. What is the front of that?
What are you eating?
What are you eating?
Pork rinds?
Oh, no, these are fire. Salsitas, spicy, spicy sauce. These are good.
I'm not saying they taste bad, but there's definitely something you're about to read that I can't pronounce.
What the fuck is maltodextrin? I've heard it enough, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
They got tocopherols in parentheses to protect flavor.
Well, now we both have something we can't pronounce.
Annatto extract. Yeah. So pretty much, I don't know what's in it, but they taste great.
Right. So people who act like they won't take the vaccine because they don't know what's in it, stop it. You're not taking the vaccine because you're in a club now that has accepted you, and you found this acceptance and happiness being part of your cult, and that's where your bread is buttered.
I mean, I don't.
You're right.
I believe that people should be able to do what they want, and if you want to be what I would consider an idiot, go ahead. But I just like how do we move forward? How do we get?
It's a public health concern, though.
If you aren't vaccinated and you need to be admitted to the ER, you just don't get admitted now. Like maybe something like that. I don't know. Like there's got to be.
I assume in suffering, but I get the sense.
But if I'm vaccinated and I broke my arm or I'm in a car accident, I think I should be admitted to the ER before somebody who is actively denying modern.
What if we go the other way? Insurance only covers you if you didn't turn down vaccination. But then it's forceful. It's such a tough.
Just make it mandatory because now it's FDA approved and you can legally do that. Just like you need the smallpox vaccines and shit.
I think the way to do it is because look, if you have a car accident and you were uninsured, or let's say you didn't have your safety belt on, or let's say you were like doing something absurd, like you're drunk driving and you're doing that shit where you get out of the driver's side,
ghost ride,
sit on the roof and like flip off the world. We still will pick you up in a fucking ambulance and take you to the hospital, and we'll spend every dime it takes to keep you alive. Like that's just how we roll here in the United States of America,
and that's how it should be.
But can't bring your fucking kid to our schools if they don't have a shot, and you can't come to work anymore and work in this building if you don't have a shot, and you can't use public transportation anymore if you haven't had a shot, and private businesses can absolutely say nope. Delta,
they should have that right. 100%.
Delta's like nope, you can't fly on our airplanes anymore. You don't have a shot.
Well,
no, you can't.
New York does that now. You need proof of vaccination to dine in any public setting.
Good.
And it's great. No, it is. I think that I'm shocked that LA has not done the same because we usually are pretty.
You'd think LA would be up there. San Francisco too.
The problem is that I think it's a New York state law, and California state is there's definitely the most blue state, but also you got a lot of rich, very not blue people.
I don't think you're the most blue state. I think it's a little closer than people lead on.
Sorry, I said that as in like the most populated. Like there are the most blue people here, not like not like percentage wise.
If you cut the state in half and like made Southern Cali its own state, which probably
no, it's if you remove the cities, it's just the cities. It's literally San Francisco, Southern California. San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles, and everything else that is any amount of land is anti-abortion like posters in Kentucky.
It's super annoying that this thing is still going on because we could have stopped this thing over a year ago with just wearing masks. We could have blunted it.
Just wear a fucking mask, man. It's not that hard.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It's not hard.
I might feel a little differently if I was like a truck driver strapping down his load, all sweaty, like doing labor. But that's not when we want you to.
Not next to people.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. Just wear a mask in the stores, at the library, at the movie theater, like that shit.
Yeah, well, I mean,
any indoor like sharing space.
Just pretend at least a little bit. Like, just because I just went to dinner last night.
I only said library because it's like I don't remember the last time I went to a library.
What were you gonna say, Woody?
My one friend, there was a period, call it 2 months ago, where you didn't have to wear a mask. It was like, oh, we're getting vaccinated.
The glory days.
Down, right? There was like,
wait, you guys still aren't in it?
we're like,
it's Florida, baby.
It was true. It was like defeated. But I saw people voluntarily wear masks, even when they removed the laws.
I still did, yeah.
But they didn't cover their nose. And it's like, the fuck? You don't have to wear a mask, but you chose to wear one and didn't cover your nose. What is it, a fashion thing at this
Virtue
point?
signaling.
No, those people make me so mad. Because I only wore a mask during those two months or a month and a half here in Los Angeles. I wore it to the grocery store, because I will be around probably 500 people during there, like in the aisles, etc. It wasn't necessarily anything other than just like, why not? I'm already used to it, kind of thing.
Right.
But the whole wearing it with underneath your nose, like either you have to know that it's just irrelevant at that point, or you don't know and you're part of the problem, I guess. Like I just don't. Your nose isn't connected.
Either an idiot or an intentional asshole.
Yeah, there's no other.
It's got to be one of those two.
Just don't wear a mask at that point.
Yeah.
I have a couple cloth ones that are a little loose, and then when I feel it touch like the tip of my nose, I'm like, oh God, oh yeah, no.
I pretty much just wear one whenever there's a sign on the door. If you put a sign on the door saying you want a mask.
There's no. I was in North Carolina for 4th of July. I didn't wear my mask once. Also, I'm in the camp, I am vaccinated. We're not. I've been around hundreds of thousands of people. It's fine, but there was not even. I still had it on me whenever we went out in public, and so I remember going to just in case. And I remember going to the bathroom, and I brought my mask, and my mom's like, "Why are you?" My family lives out in Wilmington, actually they live in Durham, but we were in Wilmington. They're like, why did you bring that? And I was like, I don't know. I'm never sure. Open the door, 400 people maskless. I'm like, all right, nobody gives a shit here. It's Florida.
When I was at that Joe Rogan thing, the Amway Center, which holds, I don't know how many, 20,000, 30,000, something like that. I think I could see maybe 7 people with masks.
You were counting them?
Yeah.
Where's Waldo?
Joe Rogan's up there just spitting on the first 8 rows. Super spreader event.
And he's a
part of it.
He's a moist talker from his podcast. I feel like he really hits
he hits that water bottle pretty hard. And
the peas, 20,000 maximum number of seats, flexible. Yeah, so there you go. That's a lot of people.
I don't really wear it very much anymore. I bought a couple masks for this trip I'm going on next month. I always get I like the ones that are like the gaiters or whatever, the ones that are like a foreskin for your head. I kind of like that. I feel like a bank robber or something when I'm wearing it, especially when I got my shades on.
Were those proven not effective though?
Yeah, they're proven less effective than.
How can that be?
Not because the way that
it's not a medicinal material.
Yeah, it just
like
splits the particle drops into smaller particles, which makes it easier to carry.
So you're super spreading when you wear that.
Kyle's like,
as long as they'll let me fly with it, I'm fine because it's comfy. It's comfy.
You just got to get a nice little. I have a couple that I swear by that I are like N95 washable, whatever, reusable, and are very comfortable. And I take those exclusively, like flying her to the gym because flying 7 hours with that shit on is so awful. But I just forget it's on. It's very thankfully, but so bad. I hate it.
I saw these on Formula One Drive to Survive. It's a Netflix series.
Yeah.
And everyone in the Formula One world has them. To me, they are the most attractive, pimpest choice. So I bought something along that style.
Those are the good ones. Yeah. Those are
I don't know if it's more effective. I'm making a fashion statement here, Tucker.
Is it cloth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like like pirate or like the shit my knee guards or not knee guards, my knee like supports are made out of, like kind of stretchy.
Neoprene. No,
neoprene. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, those are good ones.
You can't breathe through it. Well, what it does right is there aren't like gaping holes, so you actually breathe through the fabric. But I'm not sure the fabric is really N95. So
yeah, that's just an extra layer. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I got going on.